here at Chambers Bay with those massive rolling fairways, the towering dunes, unpredictable coastal winds. What a test, Frank, for the best players in the world.
That's right, and it's going to be the first time these professionals are going to play it. We've seen it host a U.S. amateur in the past, and this is a daunting test, especially if the wind gets up. There's enough bunkers out there to trap the best players in the world. Those greens fast and firm enough to repel any shot that's not struck perfectly. Well, it's going to take a good one here, considering what they've already gone through, Rich. Right now, that green is going to look very small, so it's going to take a good shot here to give himself an opportunity.
Some really poor play to this point. Oh, no, look out, Frank. I think he flushed that one.
Oh, this is going, gone. And it was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
So, Frank, with this approach shot, need to put it in there reasonably close and hope for a bogey.
Yeah, and that actually wouldn't be so bad. A string of mistakes, and just to minimize the damage to just one drop shot, you'd nearly give yourself a pat on the back. You need some sort of miracle putt.
Frank, I'm not saying he should pull out driver here, but this is a long putt.
Greens are fast, though. You never know. Good line, good pace. Might have a chance. Really. This is an awkward length.
Those are painful when you come up that short of the hole. These putts keep the round together. That hole certainly got the best of him. Triple bogey. Now to the second par 5 of the round here at Chambers Bay and the U.S. Open. It's a long one.
Yeah, it's a beast. You miss this fairway, you could be hitting all day long, and of course that's going to rack up a fairly healthy score. Meanwhile, hit the fairway there. Only the longest hitters will reach this par 5 and 2. But still a good chance, even with a wedge, to make a birdie because the green slopes back to the player.
Just a solid second shot right in the fairway.
Second shot.
Steeply up the hill here. This is going to play very long. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. Pure strike. Good result.
Right, and that is close.
Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Frank, I thought that was in. Frank, you hate to miss it from that distance.
More than a setback there.
For par. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Rich Lerner and Frank Nobilo back with you here at Chambers Bay in the U.S. Open. Now to the 9th hole, closing out this front side.
Well, it just goes to show the tremendous variety that the designer Robert Trent Jones II has done here. We've seen already a tremendous variation, and then this sort of just goes on top of it. Elevated tee, goes down to a green that just slopes a little bit to the right, well bunkered on the right.
What was he thinking there?
I have no earthly idea.
He in the bunker, still with a chance for an up and down. That's a disappointment right there, Frank.
Yeah, green light special, really. Come up considerably short. And an awkward little bunker shot. Just splash it out, let the ball run towards the flag.
Well, Frank, obviously way too much club there.
You got to think something like that, or at least misread the wind. This is never going to sit down.
Did the smart thing there, Frank. Took his medicine, back out onto the fairway. Okay, good shot on the dance floor. Frank, you know full well, this can be a humbling game.
And an embarrassing game.
Picking him up live now at the 10th. Frank, what have you seen so far in the second round?
I've seen some things that need to be changed, Rich. Fairways are not being hit, greens are being missed, and struggling to get it up and down. That has to change, and it has to change very, very quickly. I tell you, there's long and long, and that, with a little bit of breeze behind, it's long.
He rode the wind there to payday. He's going to have a good look coming up. Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag. Should be safely on deck.
Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. Made par yesterday. This one for birdie. Wow, I thought he made that.
Now, just when you thought they might pick up one, now settle for a par.
Settles in over the putt. Wow, I thought that was in. Frank, this has been an absolute mess today and all week long.
You said it best.
Well, here we are at the 11th. Frank, this is a brutally long par 4.
And a little bit blind, too. There's that big dune in the middle of the fairway, and it's sort of a bit daunting. You're not quite sure what's behind that. Well, what is behind that is actually fairway. And just carry it over there. That'll certainly shorten the hole up. And then from there, it's a little bit of a dogleg to the right.
That's an absolute tracer right there. In the fairway and well over 320 yards. The 11th hole. Frank, what's ahead here?
This is another green that's sort of sloped. There's a lot of little slopes in this green here, plus the green angles from right to left. So it just depends on whether that second shot that lands. You've got to be well aware of what you're landing on. If you're landing on a downslope, it's going to kick forward. Obviously, an upslope, it's going to stop that much quicker.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. The 11th hole, Frank, what's the right way to get at it?
Just got to be cognizant of that ridge that cuts through the middle of this green, that sort of turns this green into one simple green into all these little complex sort of sections. That's the biggest thing, but that's also, you realize very, very quickly, you're playing links golf today.
This has kind of been a disaster to this point, Frank, and he's not done yet.
Yeah, and they've added up way too quick, and almost got to take a breath and just say, okay, one step back, what can I do from here? Well, I'm going to tell you, the best thing you can do from here is make a double bogey, then wipe this hole out of your mind.
Everything has gone wrong today. Just continues to be ugly. Frank, as a player, do you like the drivable par 4? And we've seen these setups now at just about every single U.S. Open.
When you're playing well, there's no question, then they favor the guy playing well. But if you're struggling, no one likes their hand forced. The 12th forces your hand. It's tough to lay up on this hole.
And as he strides up here to the 12th green, having hit it in regulation, he knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. That was not a very good read right there. Shouldn't be a problem here, but not a formality either. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
And getting ready for the putt. Workmanlike hole. He walks away with a par.
Well, early exit for one of what I thought Rich was going to be the favorite, but their week's over.
Numbers don't lie in this case, in this sport, and now a missed cut.